The story begins in a small country in West Africa called Sierra Leone. The year is 1999, and a brutal civil war is ongoing between the local people and the government. Amid the chaos, a rebel group called RUF Revolutionary United Front emerges. These rebels launch an attack on a village, brutally murdering many of its residents because they don't want the villagers to vote in the government elections. They cut off people's hands and abduct strong and able-bodied men to force them into labor. You see, Sierra Leone is rich in diamonds, and the rebels exploit this by making captives dig for diamonds. Once they gather diamonds, use them to buy weapons and fight against the government. During one such attack, a fisherman named Solomon Vandy is captured. However, he manages to help his family escape before being taken. The rebels are about to chop off his hands too, but their commander stops them and says, "Take him to the mines. He will work there." Solomon is taken to the diamond mines, where many other captives are also forced to dig. The rebels are extremely cruel. If someone is caught stealing even a single piece of diamond, they are killed mercilessly. One day, a man named Danny Archer arrives. He used to be in the army, but now smuggles weapons. He trades weapons with the rebels in exchange for diamonds. After a transaction, Danny hides the diamonds inside sheepskins to smuggle them across the border into Liberia, another West African country. However, he gets caught by the army and is imprisoned. Meanwhile, while digging, Solomon finds a large light pink diamond and realizes it is extremely valuable. He hides it under his foot and later tries to conceal it in a piece of cloth while pretending to go to the toilet. A guard notices and demands the diamond. Just as Solomon is about to hand it over, the army attacks the mine. The guard is gravely injured and falls unconscious. Solomon buries the diamond in the ground, but the army captures him and takes him to the same prison where Danny Archer is locked up, in jail. The injured guard regains consciousness and tells everyone that Solomon found a very large and priceless pink diamond, the biggest he has ever seen. He even says that he's willing to pay a huge sum to get it. Solomon, however, denies everything, insisting he has no diamond. Danny, overhearing all this, becomes convinced that Solomon is telling the truth. A few days later, Danny is released from prison. He tells a friend about Solomon and the diamond, asking him to find a buyer and arrange for Solomon's release. Danny's friend successfully gets Solomon out of jail. Meanwhile, Danny visits a bar, pays for a gun, and meets a woman named Maddie. They talk for a while, but when Danny finds out she's a journalist, he becomes cold and leaves. Maddie follows him. She wants to investigate the illegal diamond trade in Sierra Leone. She explains that Sierra Leone hasn't officially sold any diamonds in years, but neighboring Liberia has exported billions worth, mostly through Van de Kopp, a shady businessman. Danny is the middleman who delivers diamonds to Van de Kopp through Colonel Coetzee. The story then shows that Solomon goes to a refugee camp to search for his family, but doesn't find them. Unbeknownst to him, the rebels attack that hiding place and kidnap many people, including his son Daya. They train these young boys to use guns and turn them into child soldiers. Greater than video call to action section, greater than before the story continues, a small request. 99% of you watch the videos but don't subscribe or like. Please take a moment to subscribe and like to support the channel. Back in the story, Colonel Coetzee summons Danny and reminds him that due to a failed deal, he suffered heavy losses and now demands the pink diamond Danny wants to keep. The diamond for himself, but knows he can't go against Coetzee. Danny goes to Solomon and tells him that since he got him out of jail, he deserves half of the diamond ***. Solomon refuses, still claiming he has no diamond. Danny then promises to help him find his family, especially his son Dia, in exchange for the diamond. At that moment, the RUF rebels attack, forcing Danny and Solomon to flee. They find shelter in a small hideout where many other civilians are hiding. The scene shows that the entire city is burning, and child soldiers are killing army men. Later, Benny starts searching for Maddie Bowen, the journalist he previously ignored. He sends word that he wants to meet her. Maddie arrives and agrees to help Danny and Solomon find Solomon's family in exchange for inside information about the illegal diamond smuggling network. They fly by helicopter to a refugee camp, and there Solomon finally finds his wife and daughter. He is overjoyed to see them alive, but Solomon's son Dia is missing. His wife informs him that Dia was taken by the rebels. Solomon is heartbroken. He wants to take his wife and daughter away from the camp, but the army refuses to let them go. Let me know if you'd like the rest of the translation, or want this turned into a YouTube script, summary, or SEO-friendly description. Here's the English translation. Of the next part of your story, they can't reach the diamond on their own, so all three, Solomon, Danny, and Maddie, must leave by helicopter. At this point, Solomon tells Danny that the diamond he wants is on the other side of the mountains. Danny shows him a map, but Solomon replies, "I don't need a map, I know exactly where the diamond is, and I can take you there, but getting there won't be easy." Danny approaches Maddie and pleads with her, saying, "We need to get there, no matter what. It's our only chance to save ourselves and Solomon's family." He proposes a plan. "I'll pose as a journalist, and Solomon will act as my cameraman." But Maddie refuses. She doesn't trust him. Maddie is a sincere journalist. She genuinely wants to help the local people and says she's tired of writing heartbreaking stories that never lead to real change. She says, "If Americans found out that the diamonds they wear cost someone their hand or their life, they would stop buying them. But I need evidence, and you could give it to me. But you won't." Danny then gives her a notebook containing bank account numbers, phone numbers, and addresses of all the people involved in this black market. He warns her, "If you publish this before I get the diamond, these people will kill me. Once I have it, I'll leave Africa forever." Maddie asks, "What if you don't get the diamond?" Danny replies, "Then publish it anyway. I'll already be dead." Maddie agrees. Danny, Solomon, and Maddie set off in a reporter's van toward the location where Solomon hid the diamond. But along the way, RUF rebels attack their vehicle. The three narrowly escape and flee into the jungle. There, they come across some tribal villagers who lead them to a man who teaches and helps children. He offers them shelter. That night, Danny and Maddie sit together. Danny opens up. "In 1978, I fought in the Angola War. Back then, there was no discrimination between black and white. We were like brothers, fighting side by side. We thought we were fighting communism, but the war was really about oil, ivory, gold, and diamonds." He continues, "I quit the army. And this pink diamond, this is my ticket out of this continent. I'll finally be free." Maddie asks about his parents. Danny replies, "When I was 9, my mother was raped and shot. My father was hanged upside down. I cried a little. And sometimes I wonder, can God forgive us for everything we've done? But when I look around, I feel like God abandoned this place long ago." Danny gets emotional. Maddie gently holds his hand. The next day, they reach an army unit led by Colonel Coetzee, who tells them that they are about to attack Sierra Leone to eliminate the rebels once and for all. Coetzee orders Danny to fight with them, but Danny doesn't want to. Makes a plan with Solomon to escape. Before leaving, he tells Maddie they are running. Maddie and Danny have started to develop feelings for each other before she leaves. Maddie gives him her phone number, address, and office contact. She says, "You'll call me, right?" Danny replies, "Yes. If I ever come near a phone, you'll be the first one I call." Then, Danny and Solomon set off in search of the diamond. On the way, Solomon suddenly changes direction. Danny protests. "The diamond is that way." Solomon responds, "I have to find my son first. He's over there. You're not my master." Danny, furious, says, "Right now I am your master, and you'll do what I say." A physical fight breaks out between them. At one point, Danny points a gun at Solomon's head. Solomon calmly says, "I'm already dead. I have to help my son. Even if you kill me, I'll still go." Danny finally understands, and to head toward the RUF rebel camp where Solomon believes his son is. After a long, difficult journey, they arrive at the same camp where Solomon had once worked and where the diamond is buried. They can't retrieve it because The place is swarming with rebels. If they go in directly, they'll be killed. Danny says, I'll call Colonel Coetzee to send a helicopter. When the army attacks and causes a distraction, we can grab the diamond. Solomon worries. My son might be there, Danny insists. He won't be there. We'll wait until nightfall. Danny gives Coetzee the camp's coordinates and waits with Solomon. As night falls, Danny dozes off. When he wakes up, Solomon is gone. He has entered the rebel camp alone. Looking for his son, he finds Dia, who is now playing cards with other children. Dia has been brainwashed and trained as a child soldier.
Ow!
When Solomon takes his hand and pleads with him to come, Dia refuses to recognize him, calling him the enemy. The rough rebels capture Solomon. Among them is the same man who had tried to steal the pink diamond from him earlier. The man says, I searched the entire area, but I couldn't find the diamond. I knew you'd come back. Now you'll dig it up for me. Solomon says, even if I bring the diamond, you'll still kill me. The man replies, no. First I'll kill your son in front of you. Then I'll find your wife and rape her in front of you. I'll do the same to your daughter. Solomon, now helpless, agrees to his demands. Just as he's about to take them to the diamond, the army helicopter arrives. Danny had already informed Coetzee of the location, and now the soldiers begin their assault. Let me know when you want the final climax. Portion translated. Here is the complete English translation of your final story segment from the movie Blood Diamond. The soldiers begin firing indiscriminately, not caring who's on the ground. In the chaos, Solomon kills the man who was forcing him to reveal the diamond's location. Solomon's son Dia nearly gets shot, but Danny saves him just in time. Within moments, the entire area comes under army control. ***, Colonel. Coetzee *** arrives and asks Danny, did you find the diamond? Danny replies, we'll split it 50-50ths, but the colonel says you're in no condition to make a deal. Danny warns then. Won't tell you where the diamond is? The colonel turns to Solomon and demands the diamond's location. Solomon says nothing. Danny insists. He'll only tell me. Danny walks over to Solomon and asks quietly, where is it?
It's Solomon?
Replies, I don't trust Colonel Coetzee. Danny says, if we don't tell him, he'll blow our heads off. But Solomon still refuses. The colonel threatens. We have other ways to make him talk. Danny then proposes a deal to Coetzee. If I give you the diamond, what's my cut? The colonel says. 70% for me, 30% for you. Danny negotiates, 40 for me, 60 for you. They agree. Meanwhile, Dia is still with them, and Danny informs the colonel that he's Solomon's son. The colonel now has leverage over Solomon, was forced to take them to the spot where he buried the diamond. They reach the site. The area is riddled with dug-up holes, where others had tried and failed to find the diamond. Solomon begins digging at the correct spot. Danny knows that once they find the diamond, Coetzee will kill them. So just as Solomon uncovers the gem, Danny attacks. He kills Colonel Coetzee and his men in a gunfight. He then tells Solomon, take the diamond. But Danny realizes that he's been shot. As Solomon retrieves the priceless pink diamond, they both notice that Dia is pointing a gun at them, his mind still warped by RUF brainwashing. Solomon gently reminds Dia of ***, his home, his mother and his siblings, ***. Slowly, Dia remembers. Tears fill his eyes, and he embraces his father. Suddenly, more soldiers arrive and start firing, but the three manage to escape. While escaping, Danny says, give me the diamond. Solomon hands it to him. Danny calls his contact, who sends a helicopter to extract them, but it can only land at the top of a nearby hill. Danny, weak from blood loss, can't climb. He returns the diamond to Solomon and says, take care of your children and your family. He also gives him his gun, warning, don't trust anyone, not even the pilot. Danny stays behind to hold off the approaching army. He makes a final call to Maddie, telling her, "You need to find Solomon. He has something priceless." Maddie realizes Danny is badly wounded and wants to help, but it's too late. Danny tells her, "I'm glad I met you. I hope you know that." Though they never said it aloud, it's clear that Danny and Maddie loved each other. Then, Danny Archer dies. In the next scene, Solomon arrives in London, where he meets Maddie. He completes the deal with Van de Kopp, a deal originally arranged by Danny, in exchange for the rare pink diamond. Van de Kopp returns Solomon's family and gives him a large sum of money. Maddie captures the *** entire deal in photographs, ***, and uses all the evidence Danny gave her bank accounts and stories to publish a major expose in her magazine. The entire diamond smuggling network is exposed. The film ends with Solomon attending a *** conference on conflict. Diamonds, known as blood diamonds. ***, he speaks about the illegal trade, the suffering of miners, and the human cost. Behind each gem, the speech leads to 40 countries signing an agreement to crack down on black market diamonds and smuggling. In reality, this conference happened in 2003, where over 40 nations signed the Kimberley Process Certification Scheme. To prevent the sale of blood diamonds, the movie is named Blood Diamond, because it reflects the real atrocities, the violence, child soldiers. In civil war fueled by the illegal diamond trade in war-torn countries, this marks the end of the movie. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which movie explanation you want next.